I've been interested in self-improvement since early on, like really high school is when I started to get into it. But in all of my endeavors, everything I've learned, and all of my self-improvement, explorations, meditation is definitely the most powerful and the most transformative, for mind, body, and spirit. It's really is just like helps improve your mind, help you think clearly, and really it's just like gives you like a deep confidence because you're not as like grounded in the material world. You're like grounded on something that's deeper, that isn't affected by transitory emotions and circumstances. So really my number one tip, for self-improvement in any area is to start with a clear mind. And the best way to do that is through meditation.
Yeah, it seems like it's a good way to clean house mentally. Yeah. Sort of keep things organized, because I don't think many of us approach it like that, but your head works like a computer in many ways. Yeah. And oh yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. We didn't cheers.
Cheers. And so if you don't come in there and do some cleanup, don't feel surprised if you feel like your head is cloudy or if you're carrying too much mentally. Mm-hmm. And that shit weighs you down.
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy to get caught up in the, the day to day, the minute by minute, like transitory stuff. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of a quote, is attributed to the Buddha. I don't know if it's actually his, but just as like muddy water, when you sit it and let it settle in a glass, like it'll clear and all the the mud and the dirt will settle to the bottom. And it's the same with meditation. It's like if you allow your mind to just like settle and just clear out, a lot of the stuff, the crazy thoughts and the anxieties and stuff will kind of just settle.
Which that is a big problem nowadays. I think anxiety, I don't know if it's number one, but it's up there as far as like overall problems that the average person is dealing with.
Yeah. And as far as self-improvement goes, that's, if you can clear yourself of anxiety and like worry, like that is probably the best way to improve the quality of your thoughts and your brain function.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like you said, and meditation is the one type of thing that in many ways will automatically seep into all the areas of your life. Mm-hmm. And so that would have a tremendous effect on the spot every day that you go about it like that, because it's your energy that you're walking around with and people respond to your energy. So if your energy is all scurried away and hurried and kind of running around like a headless chicken, well, that's how people are going to pick up on you, and that's the treatment you're going to get back, and that's how you're going to be molded as the type of person you are.
Yeah.
And so I think it's not. I do meditation as well, but I've actually developed a different type of meditation where I actually meditate while I dance.
No, yeah.
And I've noticed that at this point I've been dancing for about almost 10 years. I started when I was like 20, and meaning like I'm taking it seriously. Mm. And then I've noticed that not only that it from the get-go always just was super fun, but I felt like whatever stress I got from that day, immediately, boom, off my body. Mm. Because at some point, I'll enter this place in my mind where nothing else matters. Now, what I noticed was when I started getting really good, we're talking 3, 4, 5 years in, I noticed that I was able to now dance with my eyes closed without tripping and falling and shit, and do everything that I can with my eyes open. Only difference is that now I was getting visions in my head of how the future's playing out while I was dancing.
Word. That's dope.
Crazy shit.
Yeah, word.
Stuff that like I think words are gonna fail to explain. But I was essentially launched to this place that it was the current vision. In many cases, it's me playing live shows, huge arenas, sold out, and I'm doing what I'd be doing on stage, but I'm doing it by myself, say like my room. but my mind just straight up just takes me there.
Yeah, word.
And I'm sure you probably have experienced some stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, so I do that, very intentionally as well. But so one of my favorite authors and spiritual teachers is this guy named Neville Goddard, and he used to teach the law of assumption. I don't know if he ever used the words law of attraction, but the law of assumption is basically assuming the feeling of whatever reality you want to manifest and like projecting yourself into that future vision and then creating those feelings in your body presently that would be there if you were experiencing whatever you want to experience. So when you're dancing, in your room and you're imagining yourself and just visualizing that, that's really like you're helping to create that reality. It's like that's in the future, and by visualizing that and really creating those feelings, and especially when you're dancing, it's like you can really just get into it. I like it's like when you watch Michael Jackson dance, you see that just
feel
like
it.
It's the spirit coming
you
through.
feel it.
Yeah,
You feel it. He's in the zone.
Yeah, it's like it's the same thing. If I'm doing qigong, or it's usually when I'm meditating, I'll like a lot of times I'll clear my mind. I'll do a meditation and kind of let things settle, and then I always like. A lot of times I'll create the scene, like I'll set up a scene like I'm, almost like writing a screenplay or something. You set the scene, you create the characters, usually me, and, sometimes it's you, sometimes it's like, Iron Chef Alex Guarnaschelli and Guy Fieri at the Rouge Foods 2-year anniversary, of our product launch, where we, just passed $2 billion in sales. I'll project that vision, and then I'll just watch it like a movie. Like I've kind of trained my imagination to the point where I can just like visualize that, create that, and it just plays out like a movie, and that, really like absorbing those feelings. And then it's just like, that's when the magic happens. That's like when you really activate the law of attraction and just like, and stuff just starts popping off, and and the more you bask in it, it's like the better it gets, the better it gets, the better it gets. And another one of my favorite teachers, Abraham, like Esther Hicks, channels this entity called Abraham, or this collective consciousness, and really teaches law of attraction. And they basically talk about clearing your mind and getting into the place where you can just like watch the movie, where you can just receive a vision of whatever you want to create, and just bask in those feelings. And they really teach the same thing that Neville Goddard taught, that the feeling is the secret, like feeling those feelings and like really basking in that future reality or that vision is like how you create whatever you want to create. And whether it's your mind, body, or spirit, like you can totally use that for improving yourself. The best way I've found is like to imagine yourself 5 years from now. What's your ideal body like? If you're
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Actually, so we can dive into the body stuff, but what I want to make a point is, we're gonna see a consistency throughout this whole episode, which is they all work off of each other.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so, sure, sculpting your body is a physical thing, but it starts up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, going back to what you were saying about visualizing yourself, that's exactly what I did when I personally had hit my rock bottom as far as physique. I had gotten way lazy, neglected too many workouts, basically eating like crap all the time. And I wasn't fat by any means, but I was not proud of my body at all.
You weren't jacked.
No, not jacked by any means.
Yeah.
I was always athletic
fit.
throughout my life, never overweight, but nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
And exactly what you just said was, I basically just closed my eyes. And in a very natural way, it wasn't like, Lucas, you need to think of yourself. It just popped up.
Yeah.
And I very much just was open to it. And I was like, I saw myself shredded, just fucking jacked, long hair, looking like Tarzan. And what do you know? 3 years later, your boy's like walking Tarzan.
I know, right? Yeah, I've seen the before and after photos.
I'll put the before and after on the screen for people to check it out. And for the record, obviously, I don't look like I take steroids, but no enhancements of any kind. It was just purely tightening up my behavior and discipline. And for anybody out there who constantly keeps working out and not getting really results, assess how you're going about it when you're not in your workout. That will dictate a big percentage of your results. I've been guilty of it many times. I mean, still am, actually. I mean, I told you I'm trying to like not eat late at night, but that's like a killer, eating late at night, for people who want to build a good physique. All right, thanks for watching this clip from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch the full episode, go ahead and check out us at appropriateculture.com. You can also check us out on social media platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.